Hello viewers, this is Revealing Light Tarot and these are our daily messages for the 13th of September 2018. Okay, so today as usual I asked what messages needed to be brought forward for the people who may be viewing this video and what did they need to hear. I actually got the words fear, fear of change, and that sometimes we exacerbate our fears and blow them up and out of proportion when in actual fact what we fear is fear of change. So with that overlaying the reading, let's get started. Our signifier card today, our messages for today are all about again, this theme, we're drawing these aces as we're doing our daily messages, and they're all about new things happening. But when I look at the cards, the mirroring cards, I have to say that this Ace of Swords today could point to a new conflict that may be arising in your life. And it's asking you to consider how you are handling conflict. And I guess I go back to that original overlay around fear. Sometimes we can blow things out of proportion because it's not the actual conflict we might be fearing. It's something within ourselves that is provoking or exacerbating these fears. So I think it's important. And here we have the swords cutting away at the cutting away to reveal the truth. And I think it's important that if you're feeling fearful or if there is a new conflict that you're concerned about, you really have to steady yourself, center yourself, and really have a think. What am I fearful of? Is there something in me that I'm not facing that is adding to this fear, that is blowing this fear out of proportion? Mirroring the Ace of Swords today is the Four of Cauldrons, and the Four of Cauldrons, or Cups in other decks, is all about I guess feeling apathetic and not wanting to engage in the fight, not wanting to engage in the conflict, but and being quite stubborn about it too. And again, this comes back to what I was saying earlier about fear. Often when we are fearful about something and when we haven't really examined where our fears are coming from, we will become obstinate and stubborn and resisting. And here we've got the young man folding his arms and being quite obstinate about taking what is being offered to him. So conflicts can come in many guises over a variety of things in our lives. Sometimes conflicts can actually lead to good changes. So if there is this conflict that you're facing, have a think about what might be the possible outcomes that may not necessarily be negative. Is there help being offered to you in this conflict? Don't be obstinate about accepting support and help when you're in battle and under fire. Accept what is being offered, any help that is being offered. And of course, the Seven of Wands is about standing your ground and protecting yourself. It's really about self-defense, which again, I think, is quite apt for this reading about new conflicts in your life and your fears about those conflicts. The Seven of Wands is saying that you are standing your ground and you are protecting yourself, but there is also help. There is also help for you and support in this conflict. When I go back to the Seven of Wands, we very much got these, I guess, shadows behind the main character here. And it's almost, we've got these wands being pointed at this person as if in battle, as if almost attacking, ready to attack this person. He's standing on a wall. and standing his ground. But behind him, there's also support as well. So, that's the other aspect of this reading, that whether you believe that we have guides and the universe is somehow on our side, or whether you believe alternatively there's not, this card is indicating that there are unseen forces that are there to support you, and perhaps that might be what you need to take advantage of. It might be just a knowing that as hard and as tough as the times may get, that help is always there, and help also emerges when we need it the most. So today, for those that are facing any sort of conflict or battle that might be arising, have a look at how you're actually handling it. Take a step back, steady yourself. Have a look at what you fear. If you have a fear going into that conflict, what is it that you fear? Do you fear losing a friendship? Do you fear damaging a relationship? Do you fear, loss of security? What is it that you're fearing? Cut that aside and get to the root of where your fears are coming from. If it is, I'm going to be alone and isolated, well, does that matter for the time being? Because there's always new friendships, new people on the horizon. If you're having to, subjugate yourself for the sake of something, then, what is that going to mean in the long term to you? Are you giving away your independence? So today, if you are facing conflict, know that there is support coming through for you. Have a look at your fears. Don't be obstinate. Take a step back and quietly consider what the best ways are for you to handle this conflict that's in your life. Stand your ground. But when you do stand your ground, know that you are being supported. Because I really do believe, and that's why I do these cards, I really do believe in the universal, a benign, a divine, an active and helpful and steady and sustained universal spirit that assists us all, whether we're open to it or not. It's there all the time. It's all around us. So it's encouraging you to quietly know that you're being supported. They're daily cards for the 13th of September 2018. Blessings, everybody.